Two-time MAC Coach of the Year of Quinnipiac. Here we go. College basketball returns. St. John's top 5 coming into the season. And away we go. But not really.
With some man-to-man principles. Jim Boeheim's in the house. You'll see a lot of switching of defense. And the key in this is rebounding for both teams.
And to the passing lane there, it's an interception for Grant Randall, who scored just 62 points last year, but will play a substantial role for this team, Quinnipiac, this year. That's Zimmerman off the pass to the wing. On the opening possession for the Bobcats this year, that won't fall for Monroe. And St. John's will run. There's the length of Monroe, and a step through for 2.
How pretty.
Ian Jackson.
How pretty was that? Boy, they can turn the other end in a flash. Balance, so essential.
Even if you get a hand in the passing lane, off a deflection, they'll run.
You've got to sprint. From the center down, great foot speed, and a good look. Up
Zimmerman
short.
the miss on a reload for Jones, and he traveled.
And that epitomizes the way they play. Don't give up on a play. Zaya right there with the challenge. Looking for him to shoot the ball. This kid shot it well, 40% threes in his days at Stanford. So compliment his overall play, really helped.
Isaiah Sellers, Ian Jackson in the backcourt. There's Bryce Hopkins, former Providence Friar, who dealt with the ACL stuff the past couple of years. He is back and healthy and looking very good.
Impressive, no question about in games, in practice.
Question is, can St. John's shoot? They were 30% from 3 last year, 4 for 23 against Michigan. The answer, yes. Ian Jackson knocks it down.
He'll find his stride, I think. Rick's got a lot of confidence in him. They've been working on that shot all summer and spring here, fall, excuse me.
But that's what Rick Pitino was looking for in part in the portal, right? And needed a couple more shooters for this team. That is wide and no good for Randall. Really barrage for Jackson and St. John's. Sellers down the lane, inviting contact. The follow from
their competition on a daily basis is just incredible.
As deep of a team as basically anybody in college basketball, you could say.
A good time out here to get their legs a little bit, get some balance.
Way, the Brit center off the handoff and a hard drive leading to a foul.
And a good time out there. Put it on the deck, create some havoc, get yourself to the free throw line if you get that opportunity. And there's good penetration, strong move. A little nick at the rim, too.
Foul is on Sellers, that's his first.
Yeah, they expect big things from Zimmerman to complement Monroe as well. Cousin of Russ Smith, which you let me know this morning.
I think you already knew it when I saw you, but thank you. Zimmerman, yeah, when Rick Pitino brought Louisville to the Final Four and then the title 12 years ago, Jaden Zimmerman, there's a picture of him and Russ Smith, they're cousins, and he was just celebrating as a little guy, and now he's facing off with that head coach.
And here's a little mix of the defense. Got to make sure you protect the rim. 2-2-1 soft. And back to straight up man. This is what he's done better a little bit, Hopkins. Nice dish.
Oh, on the roll from Ejiofor, who was up for the screen at midcourt.
And that drive dribble got the attention. A nice dive.
Those two playing together, that could be a big problem with Mitchell.
Zuby's so mobile, particularly on his defensive end. Can play all spots defensively. Tough shot.
Monroe over Mitchell, showing the length and the rebound for Hopkins. Sellers probing, driving, hanging to get fouled, and 2 free throws for the former Stanford Cardinal, Isaiah Sellers, but back to Ejiofor here.
Boy, if you don't take away that dribble drive, which they've been able to do, strictly strength by Hopkins. Nice dive to the rim. All the eyes were on the dribble drive, and that's what Hopkins can do. He's another one of those guys who can play a lot of positions on that offensive end, in particular with that big wide body.
Now you think about how his injury at Providence redirected history in the Big East the past couple of years, right? If he's healthy, who knows what happens there?
He's been in the Big East longer than I've been announcing Big East games.
Now that is almost true. What was your first year?
81, 82. Wow. You were probably doing minor league baseball then.
in the womb.
Those were some of your best calls.
11-2, St. John's an early lead. We missed you so much. Here's a three from the wing that won't fall for Zimmerman, and it's out of bounds to St. John's.
And all good shots, though. But everyone is challenged by St. John's. Nothing for free.
Look, Quinnipiac last couple of years, 15-5 in the MAC.
Well, Rick knows that league, obviously, and he knows how frustrating it is to win the league and not go to the NCAA tournament. And that happened to Tom twice.
Yep.
You know, it's very respectful of this program and Tom in particular.
Happened to Rick with Walter Clayton, who went on to win a title at Florida. They got knocked out in the MAC tournament early on as Hopkins leans into a three and misses the rebound for Wayway, and it's taken away for a stop for Mitchell.
That's not the way to do it. Be careful with turnovers. Look at the strength.
Oh man, Zimmerman on the pull-up.
Jaden, 34% threes last year. Second team prediction All-MAC.
Local product came through the Bronx. A couple of New York kids on the Quinnipiac side. Oh, nice bounce pass. And Mitchell flowing to the rim.
So strong in his attack.
How do you deal with these three bigs all at once?
Well, you become a color analyst. I mean, this is a tough matchup, no question about it.
Zimmerman got the flyby, the intercept. There's the length of Mitchell again.
This is what they like him to do now, that point forward mentality.
Rick Pitino says rebound the ball and go for Mitchell.
Zuby out here, they can cut or he can do this.
Oh, he'll carve instead for two.
That is very tough. He can make a three, took one earlier, I think in the workout with Towson maybe, but more of a threat with the bounce, but also cutting. They're so vulnerable in that offensive set. Nice steal.
And a punch away.
Hold on.
Here's Mullen and our friend Bill Wennington and so many others.
Now, a lot of us don't like this court. Nice dribble drive and a dive.
And a stop at the back end of it.
Yeah, how about that? McKnight.
Keith McKnight off the bench for Quinnipiac at 19-6. Hopkins got walled off by McKnight.
Nice recovery.
And a great read on the intercept by Monroe on the hit ahead. And oh, what a block. Just pancaked out of bounds by Mitchell.
Hit off the back, too.
So it is St. John's basketball.
Nice little defensive play, got to make it happen at the other end. But I started to say that a lot of people don't like the portal, obviously, and the NIL. But if you're in it, Rick's philosophy is you do what you have to do if you want to compete. It's just unsavory for a lot of people. But it is college basketball as we know it right now.
Well, and there are a lot of kids who are getting opportunities that they wouldn't have had at another school. And chances to play where they wouldn't have had it. As Josan Sanin, the instant scorer off the bench for St. John's, who transferred from Arizona State.
Big time talent and really a very good deep shooter.
This is Sellers poking his way down the lane and into traffic on the pass.
Good hustle.
Taken away by Ritvo down on the deck for Quinnipiac. And the other way, they get a layup for two.
Showing a little poise now. Getting it off the defensive end. Did a great job in the timeouts.
Amari Monroe with his first bucket for Quinnipiac.
They speed you up. Tough pass.
And somehow wrangled it, and a foul called on Monroe.
Cheapy for him. He doesn't need that. But you see the depth now.
Sadiku Ibin-Ayo, a long-time Rick Pitino player. He came here from Iona with Rick.
And he gets after it. That's what he loves about him. I was talking about him this morning. Great effort guy. Look at him wedge his way.
Ejiofor missed it. Nice defense down low, and here comes Jones for Quinnipiac. Leaning in, his shot is short, and the board off head and shoulder maybe, and taken in by Sellers.
He did a nice job, Sellers, denying. Too strong.
Rimming down the lane for two.
Boy, he puts that shoulder in, you're along for the ride. Big time attack.
He does look healthy, doesn't he?
He does. With that knee problem.
There's Here's the senior Jones, the guard for Zimmerman. Down the lane, no sir. Body from Ejiofor.
And numbers here, 5-on-4 if they want it.
Zuby does on the kick. It's Sandin to ring it up for three.
That's his game. Bobby Hurley last year told me best shooter he's had.
Wow.
Interesting comment.
Really?
Yeah.
37% last year.
Right.
The hope is...
As a rookie.
Yeah, as a freshman, I'm going to say, in the Big 12 for Arizona State. You see that length on the defense. I mean, Hopkins...
You see the soft touch he has, though. Cheap foul in there. And they are deep. Healthy, too.
Yeah, here comes Ruben. Briefly say, I was asleep when your phone call came through. Darling, 2 for 2 at the line. St. John's by 22 early on. 1 for 2, I should say.
There's a trap, got a nice split. They don't give up from the rear either.
They're saying air ball, but didn't he graze a little rim there?
I thought it grazed, yes.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Premature air ball, possibly. Shot clock is at 22. So maybe it didn't.
Ready.
New York's college team for a time. Did you not believe that? Is that why you say that?
No, I did. I just don't feel like arguing with Bayhut.
Hey, why? Off the kick. They'll inbound it again. There it is. We are New York's team.
Yeah, there we go.
You can proclaim it.
But you got to back it up.
And they did. They didn't lose at the Garden last year. They didn't lose here last year. As Darling with some more good defense. It's taken away, though, by McKnight, who's met at the rim, and he stuffs it home anyway around Mitchell.
There's an example of St. John's getting after it, though. I know it turned out positive for Quinnipiac, but, look at this. There you go. Monroe, something positive.
Up ahead for Randall. He's got a dunk as well.
Boy, Tommy's gotten some magic in these timeouts. And right away, Rick Pitino's upset. I love it.
What do you think this huddle is going to be like?
Well, they figure they're good at extending the floor, maybe not as good valuing it against the press. And you would think the opposite in practice all the time.
Right, because you're used to it, but there's a specific skill set on each side of the ball.
Zuby does such a great job walking you up the lane.
Here he is from the high post. On the spin, that misses. McKnight's open, and a head-ahead gets it there. He scores it, and a foul. Got the step through.
Well, I love the attitude right now. Down by, 25 at one point. And showing big-time tickers and getting back with some respectable play. A little more aggressive. And you got to figure a comfort zone has to be reached for Quinnipiac. You know, you come in, they read the papers and magazines and things of that nature. You're the pundits like you on TV.
Okay.
There's a fear factor.
There's a fear factor
about what
of
you
my
write.
punditry. Great. But look, it's an immediate barrage, right? It was right out of the gate. It was 7-0. St. John's led. We had a lane violation, I believe, and he's going to get one more. It's our first lane violation of the year. It's 7:03 in the first half.
Mark it down. And this is all without Amari Monroe having a spectacular game.
It's been pretty quiet. One field goal so far, the MAC Player of the Year. Free throw no good, and the rebound for Hopkins.
Well, that's the problem when you're that good. St. John's gunning for you. You got a nice entry pass. That's that play I mentioned. He walks the guy up the lane beautifully. Got to be a better denial in the box area. Don't hug him deep. Boy, that's a deep pass as well. Look how far. You got to be way over the top. Make them roll, make them lob it, and then face. He's got great strength and coordination.
And at the same time, you get the second foul on Monroe, which is trouble for Quinnipiac. Right. Ritvo checks in, the freshman from Harlem. And you see Zuby Ejiofor, the Big East preseason player of the year. He's been most improved player, all Big East first team, as he knocks that down for a three-point play.
He plays with an edge. That's what I love about him.
You almost have to with the name.
Yeah.
Jones fading away. That's no good. Offensive rebound, though, for Zimmerman.
Good look for Jones, though.
They size up Jackson. Picked up now by Ejiofor. Boy, he can guard out there. McKnight 4 to shoot on the spin. That's no good.
Not bad. Used a lot of clock.
And explosion.
And that's when the big fella's outside, number 24. It's wide open for that dribble drive. You overhelp, they kick.
Oh, he saw the crease immediately. Osiah Sellers did. Zimmerman can't cash in the fadeaway.
One and done, too.
And no passes, really, in the possession. Jackson the step through.
Pretty good catch.
Bullet to Hopkins, who had to juggle it. I mean, that is close range and a missile to him.
Pretty good hands, no question about it. Took a little shot. And the kisser, too. Well, this is gorgeous. Huh? Nice handle. Again, wide open. That's what Zuby does. Drags his guy out, presents opportunities for the dribble drive.
When you talk about positionless basketball, right, as this game has gravitated toward, you have Mitchell 6'8", Hopkins 6'7", Ejiofor 6'9", and there's a willingness and athleticism to guard smaller players.
Are you saying it's a little impact the NBA has had when you think of it?
Feels like
the
it,
bigs,
doesn't it?
The bigs have to play away from the rim. And Rick was talking to both of us today about he watches, particularly in the summer, European basketball quite a bit.
Well, he spent the time out in Greece, and he said to you it was pretty substantially impactful on him.
No question. You learn a lot. I hear that from a lot of programs.
Here's Zimmerman trying to go to work on Sellers. And
Got that little pressure release, little Rick Mahorn number.
Have you been going to the officiating clinics? You had that immediately.
No, not really. I should, though.
You should do that.
Stay on top of it. Right? Speaking of that, Terry Weimer talked to the refs about him.
We can't go any further in this game without mentioning our dear friend Terry Weimer, who we lost, the coordinator of Big Ten officials, who passed away suddenly a couple of weeks ago. And he's just a wonderful guy with a great sense of humor and cared so darn much about this sport and getting it right. We are going to miss you very much, Terry.
There's a quality about that human being. And a couple of days before I got the information, I was with him out at the Big Ten meeting. He just had a nice way about it, friendly to everybody. And even in correcting announcers, which I'm certainly happy that he does on occasion, it was a nice, warm way of saying, you don't know what the heck you're talking about, but he would never be that fresh. But just a gentleman, a class act, and going to be sorely missed.
Terry came to a Detroit Tigers game earlier this year. He's a Tiger fan, and I happened to do that in the basketball offseason. So Terry came up to the booth, and my partner and I were talking about a call that the umpires had made, and we were kind of debating it. And I looked back, and Terry's like shaking his head at me. He got this big grin on his face. He
I'm out of this
agree with us. He's a great man. We are going to miss you, Terry. Quinnipiac trying to counterpunch here. 45-21 St. John's. Giles on the feed, and that pull-up is a foul. Hopkins looks and says, what did I do? It is 3 free throws on the way for McKnight.
Challenge, keep that hand up, don't reach down. That little small change on the wrist just throws it off.
So McKnight to the foul line. His first one is good. Quinnipiac trying to find its way to its first NCAA tournament, and they have a couple of games on this schedule that are rather interesting. They'll play at Pitt in a few weeks, which feels like a team that's going to be pretty good in the ACC.
That's what they're saying from scrimmages or exhibition games. Tommy realizes, you know, he can learn a great deal from this game and games of that stature. Prepare you for your conference. McKnight, for example, he's been terrific tonight. Getting an opportunity now to show his stuff and roll with the foul problems, and of course the key on him.
3 for 3 that time for McKnight, and here is that point forward with a little shimmy. Mitchell on the drop off for Ejiofor, and a takeaway. pass for Randall. Queens native Grant Randall, and they will slow it down. Rippo, the freshman. Really tough. Oh, nice play over on the sideline to whip it off of Ejiofor. And Quinnipiac will keep the ball if they can pry their teammate Gamba out of the photo well.
And of course, down there is Jason Williams, Billy Singleton as well, providing the lift, the catch, and great players here at St. John's.
It is bring an opponent back with you, Dave, here at Carnesecca Arena. Here's a drive and a reverse. That scores for Zimmerman.
This does not surprise me, though, the way Tommy coaches his kids and has confidence in them. He's such a positive guy.
Mitchell, undaunted, got it back and he'll put it in easy. Does it like a Nerf hoop. Wow.
He must have stayed in bounds.
He was close.
Yeah.
Dylan Mitchell said, I wish I would have been here first. We're talking about Rick Pitino and the culture here. Zimmerman again getting to the cup. He's pretty freely finding his way to the rim rack.
I like what Tommy searched and found something that's been a little bit more successful. Exploiting that open middle, stretching the defense, taking advantage of their individual abilities. But he has been good, to answer you. Old Mac rookie team kid.
Tom Pecora, 9 years at Hofstra, the Speedy Claxton era. Lauren Stokes as well, some really good teams there. 5 years at Fordham, and then he was the associate coach here at Quinnipiac and got the job a couple of years ago, and they have been an outstanding power in that league. And it's tough to retain players in mid-major basketball now, and it's actually sad. We love mid-major basketball, but it's very difficult to do what he's done consistently.
But his attitude is, I'm going to coach you and help you become as good as you can. And if somebody comes after you, I understand. You know, I don't want you to leave. But the last time I saw his team play live, that's what he's got to get better on, Mitchell.
Mitchell with the... How many dunks did you have?
Well, that's why you drink.
Oh, that's not a dunk at all. It's punched away defensively by Odie and a foul.
Everybody attacks on this defensive end. They do not relax. Whew. Pretty impressive. Originally signed with West Virginia.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a game on this St. John's team.
Yeah, and you look at the scoring so far in this game, and this is not going to be a surprise for this season. You wouldn't imagine. They have 9 guys who've scored in the first 16 minutes of change.
He's not afraid to play any, though. The same demands are on the last man, or who you might assume is the last guy, and the first guy.
And that might change game to game, too, depending on the matchup, right? He's got some options.
He hasn't much said that today, if you paid attention.
I'm
not sure whether you were.
I couldn't hear him over you talking over him. Free throw is good for Zimmerman.
No, he just feels it may be game to game where somebody comes in and lights it up.
Here's Hopkins. And a foul on the reach in against Zimmerman.
Nickel dimer, too. When I say lights it up, it doesn't have to be scoring. Just energy.
For sure.
And doing the little things that are expected of a St. John's player.
I'm going to ask this for the audience because I think they want to know. Do you use the phrase nickel dimer in the off season? Like when you're just around the house?
Well, with some of the guys I go out with, that's all they put on the table.
Hopkins with the miss of the free throw. St. John's 8 for 13 at the line so far.
I'm not saying I'm cheap, but Jones still gets allowance.
How many years in marriage?
50. She would say happily.
Yeah.
For me, happily. 55.
Careful, yeah. 50. Congratulations. 55 years.
Haven't had a fight, I've won.
Sort of like your coaching
my
career.
coaching career, I deserve that.
Zimmerman halfway through the shot clock against Jackson. He lost the ball. Darling wanted to go to the deck to get it. He wasn't in range, so Giles against Darling, trying to wrap it around. Zimmerman got fouled. Another attempted block with a hand coming down on a Quinnipiac shooter. It's 3 of those.
That's where they have to be patient. Challenge, but go straight up. Be under control. Don't close out with all the weight going forward. You can see that. How often do you block a jump shot?
Very rarely.
Yeah, seldom.
Zimmerman's first is good. Here is Sellers back into the game for St. John's, who plays Alabama on Saturday. I mean, you talk about pace.
Boy, scorekeeper's going to have a sore thumb.
You know who's not really going to have to clock in is the shot clock person.
That's another guy. Take the night off, right?
Yeah, just stay home, do it from your house. 2 for 2 from the line for Zimmerman.
A little different look, like a 1-1-2.
Trying to change it up, right?
Yeah.
Tom Pecora wondered how much they could get into zone defense off of misses. This is off the free throw make in the lane. That won't fall for Odie. And then the second try for Ejiofor will get him to the free throw line.
Well, you've got to get the first one against these guys. They are relentless. They do cut well, though. Generally, it's to the elbow on their cut. And it's a good job here finding. And look at Zuby. You don't put a body on him, he'll put you in the rim.
How about that game he had against Marquette in the semis, the Big East tournament? Like, people knew his name, but the 33 he put up in that comeback win kind of stamped that season for him.
You saw it coming, though, all year.
Yeah.
You know, just his effort. So impressive, the level of energy, obviously. The strength he possesses, the commitment.
And he threw a pretty good first pitch at the Mets game as well back in April.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Was it a 4-seamer or a 2-seamer?
We didn't have StatCast on it. Thanks for asking. I know you watched the Mets because you called me when the Tigers were getting blown out by the Mets. Thanks for watching.
I felt bad. Nobody was listening to you at that point.
Zimmerman against Darling, who's showing pretty strong on-ball defense.
How about that?
What a matchup.
Good play. He sold it, too.
Oh, yeah, he did. He gets the charge out of it.
He's got some moxie, that kid. Utmost respect, I think, of his teammates as well.
That's pesky on-ball defense.
And the two of them can play together, Sellers, I think, at times. So another option. Once you turn your back and don't have your balance.
Sellers wide open. Missed it. Hopkins couldn't clear it. Rebound for Monroe, who's been quiet with a couple of fouls, the reigning MAC player of the year.
Yeah, get him a couple of touches here. Get him feeling the game a little bit.
Here he is. Against Hopkins, he waved off the screen. Right back to him, Monroe. Got it.
There you go. Good move by Tommy.
It's a little bit like an offensive coordinator, like get your best guys the ball, call a play for him.
Right. Or when they get stuck, they go to him. Nice fill here.
Darling, no. Out of bounds to who?
I think they're staying there.
They will. So Quinnipiac within 15 in a game that could have been a runaway. It's 33-11.
Got their composure, I thought. And really, the dribble drive has been terrific for them.
Sellers didn't want to take the three, and that'll be a block.
Tommy, he called it one down the other end.
He's having a nice chat with Tim Smith.
Tim may not get a table in an Italian restaurant in New York if Tommy gets after him.
Or the Greek restaurant they went to last night. So
that does boil the coach when the same play happens at the other end.
Yeah.
You know?
But you would say that there wasn't room to work there, right? If you take away the space for the player to work with.
And he may have been moving just prior to the hit.
51-34. Tom Pecora
Monroe going again, get him some touches. A little pick and pop.
Trying to work on Sellers, and the fade is no good, short. That's a rebound for Gamba.
Good ball movement. Look at how they closed, though.
Ibi Io was right there. You can see why Rick Pitino loves here. Ejiofor swats it away from Jones.
Oh, did he sniff that down? That dribble drive, great read. Helping out his partner here.
Back into the Bobcats.
So Zimmerman back in with 7 to shoot.
Nice screen.
Here he is on Sellers, got himself free for a shot that won't fall. Io with the head up now for Mitchell. Ejiofor. Instead, it's Darling. 2 cash in from the corner.
He's had some good looks, too.
Ejiofor has got buried.
He was buried. And no resistance either.
St. John's will get at least one more possession here. It's up to Monroe for Quinnipiac. His pull to the short corner is short, and there are 3 Red Storm players.
Smart,
yes.
Right here.
Sellers saw a lot of blue.
Nobody there.
We've seen the full complement so far in 20 minutes for Rick Pitino, and it is sharp. Darling the drive. No. Rebound to the corner. Ibi Io out of bounds to Quinnipiac with 8 tenths left.
Got to take his left away. I mean, he's tough. But going left, he's extraordinary.
And it's a young man who said one of his goals coming back to school to play for Quinnipiac, going to be a very good team in the mid-major ranks. He said he wanted to be the defensive player of the year in the league. You don't hear that very often.
No. That's a first, by the way.
First time for you.
Even Casey didn't say that.
Bobcats basketball, first possession. Here is Monroe, and that 3 is good.
And they went under on him. A good player get in a flow. Develop that confidence.
He had 17 games of 20-plus last year.
Big time. And we talked about the attitude, too.
You see Salmon starting, by the way, the second half for St. John's. Josiah Salmon down deep, and that's an easy 2 for Ejiofor.
Yeah, you got to move a little bit. Way. Regain that position. Anticipate that spin.
There's a senior Jones.
Look at Ejiofor, and now he recovers.
It is way against Ejiofor. Extra pass back to the wing off the flyby from Sellers. Jones with the miss. Rebound way too strong. He rushed it. Another rebound, this time Zimmerman. Got it.
And way, little disposal there. With Ejiofor.
Get out of my way.
Yeah.
It's a 16-point game. Quinnipiac hanging around. Hopkins just barreling down the lane.
He's been impressive with that drive. Going left, using that big shoulder to hold off.
He does not look like a guy who's played 17 games in 2 years right now. And that's pried away out of bounds off of Jones.
Once again, a little help side defense, alert.
Quinnipiac, by the way, went into halftime, Raf, with 6 players with 2 fouls. How about that? That's what St. John's will do to you.
Spreading the wealth a little bit. That elbow entry.
Hopkins the spin and can't score.
But they are competing now. Monroe with a clean look again.
They missed it strong. St. John's will counterpunch with the best of them. There's that point forward. Mitchell skating down the lane and a smart foul. That'll be the 3rd foul on the reach-in for Jones. Oh, they give it to Monroe. That's his 3rd.
The first team foul in the half. At the line for St. John's is number 1, Dylan Mitchell.
So that's 3 on Monroe. It was a good foul in the context of the game, but for his 3rd foul, it's not a good idea.
Mitchell's showing how good he is in the open floor. Very confident getting in that lane. Poise, footwork. Stroke looks pretty good, too, on the free throw. Good rotation.
And just missed 1 for 2 for Mitchell. So Monroe stays in with the 3 fouls.
Nice pass.
Zimmerman the find. Oh, the defense from Mitchell. There's that length.
Didn't give it up.
Hopkins, another slam.
Oh, nice pass to the open floor. The whole package. Zuby with the look.
Hopkins started at Kentucky, went to the NCAA tournament there, a couple of years at Providence with the injury in toe, and now here to cap his career at St. John's.
Oh, not a good split.
You can see that coming. Zimmerman hits the deck, and this is all gummed up. 5 to shoot. And it's turnover. Jones was on the end line. Back to the dunk.
The ability to use the bounce, so efficient tonight. Good gather, a little tardy with the pass, but the ability at the rim, he does look fresh and healthy.
That's what it sounded like from inside the rim.
You can relate.
Yeah, Monroe knocks it away and scores.
More energized. Nice hands there.
You know how tough it is. If you get a couple of fouls to your name early in the game.
And they went after him early, too. Mitchell did a good job. He is a good player with a great attitude. Tom raves about it.
Sannon got it back and bluffed the 3. Nice defense there by Randall. Ejiofor playing volleyball.
Nobody's sticking him either. I think that dribble drive opens up the D.
Yeah, it's pick your poison at some point. As Zimmerman misses short rebound, Ejiofor. Zuby is really smooth in the open floor starting that break.
Runs the show, too. Tells guys where to pass the ball. There's a little high-low. Good defense inside, too.
Sannon had it redirected by Jones. Zimmerman from McKnight, and we have a foul against Sannon.
Threes if they're open, but they've really been able to get to the rim and go with 2, St. John's.
There's McKnight. That's no good.
Ooh, almost the elbow. Good control.
23 made field goals tonight for St. John's, 18 of them in the paint, to your point. Ejiofor trying it again, and it's slapped out of his hands by McKnight.
Pretty good recovery, too. Mitchell handling the ball a lot more effectively as well.
That is one of his superpowers as a big guy, and Rick Pitino has used it quite a bit in those exhibitions, and then today as well, as Jackson is back in after not starting the second half.
Nice pass.
Jones, 4-2.
Body search and finish. Pretty.
He knew it was coming, too.
And also Monroe giving it up helped. Nice denial here by Monroe.
They'll start the break. McKnight wanted it. He gets it and can't finish. Nice defense by Hopkins.
Sure was. 2 guys hanging for a while.
That's how you go vertical.
Yeah, lingering. I like the pace that the Quinnipiac's playing at right now. Some pretty good defensive stops and excellent D here.
Sannon back in, Ebeen Io as well. Jackson comes out, Mitchell out as well for St. John's. And a takeaway for Sellers.
This is where you're in trouble.
94 feet of Red Storm.
Yeah. All on the D. Preparation.
About 29 fast break points so far tonight. Ebeen Io with those 2. Jones got around the corner. He's smooth.
Rick is beside himself. They took that trip off.
Yeah, there was no resistance.
Look at how he buries guys.
Hopkins for Ejiofor. You could bring 6 guys once he's in that position. He might score it anyway.
Jones all alone there. Give it up inches in size, pounds.
It's on Jones. That's his third.
Bobcats foul is on number 3 on Sid Jones, his third, team second.
Big thing with St. John's too is fatigue is part of it. You know, go to the bench, same kind of enthusiasm, effort.
You know, you hear about it as a selling point in football and basketball now. Like, yes, you want to play every minute, every down. But if you want your best version of you to be on tape, sometimes a rest helps. Coaches across the board are saying that in the portal era.
So you're at the load management.
Yeah. So now for the play-by-play, here's Bill.
So now you should give up a couple of events, basically.
That's what I'm going to do. Walk off at the 8-minute mark.
Well, some people have said I've been a load my whole life, so.
But we managed.
I can relate. Look at this.
Big contact. McKnight hopping in the lane for 2.
Tommy's got something here with this front line. Really impressive.
He had 12 at the half, McKnight did.
Zimmerman, McKnight, and Monroe. That's a nice cut.
Oh, good defense, though, to recover by Randall. But there's too much Ebeen Io.
Wow. Does he bring it? That's a message, that dribble drive.
Especially after a strong defensive possession to recover. Tough shot, Zimmerman, no dice, rebound. Ebeen Io again.
Nice run.
Ejiofor right down the zipper to hammer it home.
How about the read by Sellers? He keeps playing like that, he'll be a buyer. Whew. Changing ends, and here's that little strong drive. Io sending it home. Goodness, and this is just a beautiful read by the big guy, and then Sellers with the dish. They keep coming, though.
Yeah, no, that's right.
Balance is so essential against anybody. But against this team, if you don't match, all 5 are leaving it out.
They can play big, they can play small. And we'll see it in the Big East season, certainly. For a 3-point play, it is no good. Oh, my. Hopkins all alone for the rebound, and he rings it off of a Bobcat out of bounds off McKnight.
Heads play, head up play. He came across the lane unobstructed. Oh, they're saying he was
they're going to say he was out of bounds. He was out of bounds. Quinnipiac will have the ball. For a moment, they had signaled to St. John's. Monroe faded left a little bit. Ejiofor lost it on the way out of bounds.
Monroe's looking for a shot now. Got to keep moving. Now they've worked defensively on the baseline out of bounds. Automatic switches on cuts, screens.
He just fell. Monroe just hit the deck, and it's St. John's basketball. Is he all right? Let's see. Monroe will get helped up. You've had that feeling in this building before, have you not?
What do you mean, being overserved? Or?
No, just needing to be helped up after a St. John's game.
Yeah, well, on occasion, but how about Zuby helping out there on that baseline?
I meant as a coach, that your team might have taken a loss or 2.
Well, I did, and I was usually overserved.
Ejiofor from Hopkins. Your mind goes immediately there.
And Nets were really struggling when he left, too. Rick Barry they had, he idolized Rick Barry, thought he was one of the greatest, and he was. Had him for a short while, but love to come here and see him upstairs.
What do you miss most about Lou?
Personality, the way he evaluated things, his humor.
Yeah.
All of those things some people just don't have.
He's a marvelous human being. Thank you. Thank you for staring at me as you said that.
He was just a special guy.
Zimmerman, taken away. Hopkins, Sannon right into Monroe, who had to fade back with 3 fouls.
And you notice Hopkins running the break, too. Rick's been big on rebound, bring it up. Let the guards fill.
into the post, and Darling undercut it. He'll get called for the foul.
St. John's foul is on 0. Dylan Darling, his second and the second team foul of the half.
Just 2 on St. John's as Prey is going to come back in, the Portuguese sophomore.